Hello friends. Imagine combining the diplomatic charm of Libra with the mischievous wit of the monkey from the Chinese Zodiac. What do you get? A person who can sweet-talk their way out of a riot while secretly planning a revolution in their mind. Meet the Libra monkey, a dazzling cocktail of grace, intellect, playfulness, and a hint of chaos. Intrigued yet? Let's dive deep into the universe of this charismatic hybrid and explore who they really are in love, marriage, sex, friendship, business, and beyond. Buckle up, because this personality is anything but boring. Love, the art of the seductive balancer. Love, for the Libra monkey, isn't a simple feeling. It's an ever-evolving performance, a strategic interplay of charm, mystery, and emotional artistry. Imagine a grand ballroom where every step is calculated, every glance purposeful, every smile designed to disarm. This isn't someone who casually drifts into relationships. No, they curate their love lives like a masterful storyteller writing a romantic thriller. One moment, you're sharing wine on a Parisian rooftop. The next, you're decoding a cryptic text that somehow feels like Shakespeare and a prank call at once. For the Libra monkey, love must stimulate the intellect, stir the soul, and above all, keep moving. Predictability in love is not just boring, it feels like emotional death. They crave passion, novelty, and layers. If a relationship doesn't give them room to explore new dimensions of intimacy and discovery, they'll quietly lose interest, no matter how idyllic it seems on the surface. At the core of their romantic identity lies the graceful influence of Libra, ruled by Venus, the planet of beauty, pleasure, and connection. Libra monkeys are die-hard romantics, enchanted by candlelit dinners, subtle touches, and whispered affirmations. They genuinely want to bond deeply, to merge souls, to experience that ineffable feeling of being truly seen. They long for balance, fairness, and mutual respect in their relationships. But love for them isn't about stillness, it's a moving harmony like jazz. Now add to that the unpredictable, witty, and constantly curious nature of the monkey, and what you get is an intoxicating blend of the sentimental and the spontaneous. This person will recite you poetry in the rain, and then suggest skinny dipping 5 minutes later. You'll never be able to predict their next move, and that's exactly how they like it. Their charm is legendary. There's something magnetic about the way a Libra monkey makes you feel like the most important person in the room. They don't just listen, they lean in, make eye contact, ask you meaningful questions. They notice things others miss, your nervous laugh, the way you twist your ring when you're unsure, that you always order ginger tea when you're stressed. And they use that knowledge to make you feel deeply appreciated. They're the kind of partner who surprises you with your favorite rare dessert from a city you once mentioned in passing, who creates a playlist titled, "For When You Can't Sleep," who paints your initials into the corner of their artwork. Their love is expressive, unique, and personalized. But make no mistake, this isn't about grand gestures for show. It's about making you feel special in ways no one else ever has. But beneath all the charm lies a paradox. While they crave intimacy, they also guard their independence like a dragon protects its treasure. The monkey side of their personality is fiercely autonomous. They need mental and emotional freedom in a relationship, and if they feel caged, even by someone they love, they'll escape through distraction, intellectual aloofness, or spontaneous escapades. Just when you think the connection has deepened, they might pull away to find themselves or disappear on a solo adventure. It's not about not loving you, it's about needing space to breathe, to think, to feel like they're still choosing the relationship, not trapped by it. Their romantic rhythm isn't linear, it's more like a wave. It comes in strong, then recedes. The secret to keeping them close is never to chase. Hold your ground, radiate your own mystery, and they'll keep circling back, curious, enchanted, and emotionally re-engaged. Most importantly, the Libra monkey doesn't just want to be in love, they want to be transformed by it. Love, to them, is an alchemical process. They want to grow through it, be challenged by it, become more because of it. They admire partners who are not only affectionate but also wise, creative, and ambitious. Someone who can meet their romantic idealism and challenge their assumptions. Someone who can teach them without trying to control them. Someone who keeps their curiosity burning like a midnight candle. If you can intrigue them, inspire them, and evolve with them, you'll never lose them. Because when a Libra monkey commits to love, it becomes an art form. And in their world, love should always be a masterpiece in progress. Marriage, a balancing act of freedom and fidelity. Marriage for the Libra monkey is not a destination, it's a living, breathing dynamic. It's not enough for them to find the one, they need that bond to remain alive. This personality combination walks into marriage like they're stepping into a lifelong experiment in intimacy, mutual evolution, and yes, the occasional chess match of wits. On one hand, Libra, the sign of the scales, holds a deep-rooted desire for fairness, harmony, and companionship. They believe in the concept of soulmates and the sacredness of marriage. On the other hand, the monkey's energy, cunning, restless, and always 10 steps ahead, demands novelty, space, and continual reinvention of the relationship. This results in a paradox. They want someone to build a peaceful life with, but they refuse to be bored while doing it. They will not settle into routines that feel dull or suffocating. For a marriage with them to thrive, it must become a shared adventure, not a fixed schedule. They're famously slow to commit, not because they're unsure of what they want, but because they want to be absolutely certain that they're choosing not just a partner, but a co-conspirator. The early stages of their relationships are filled with careful observation. They'll test your emotional intelligence, your patience, your wit. They'll provoke just enough conflict to see how you react under pressure. They're looking for strength, yes, but also grace. Once they cross that threshold of commitment, though, they're all in. To the Libra monkey, marriage is sacred, but it must remain stimulating. They won't do autopilot. They want a partner who will grow with them, question them, surprise them. If you become too predictable, they may begin mentally disengaging, even while showing up physically and politely going through the motions. The flame has to stay lit, not through drama, but through dynamic connection. Their ideal spouse is a paradoxical mix. Someone who's grounded yet spontaneous, loving yet independent, dependable yet delightfully unpredictable. A best friend who challenges their thinking and expands their world. Someone who knows how to play and how to argue without becoming cruel. They want a partner who respects their individuality and doesn't take offense when they need time alone, or when their attention flits to a new passion or project. But here's the twist, they also crave emotional safety. When they feel truly seen, genuinely understood, and consistently appreciated, their loyalty becomes unshakable. They don't just stay for convenience or habit, they stay because they choose their partner over and over again. They can be deeply romantic spouses, often going out of their way to keep the relationship vibrant. It's not unusual for them to plan elaborate anniversary surprises, write heartfelt letters, or pull off spontaneous weekend getaways, all as a way to say, "I still choose you." Romance doesn't die easily with them. They're relationship revivalists, always looking for ways to reignite passion, renew connection, and refresh the shared vision. A Libra monkey spouse may take you salsa dancing on a random Tuesday, book a last-minute trip just because you seemed stressed, or spend hours making a handmade gift tailored to a private joke you share. They'll bring home your favorite wine after a rough day or create a themed date night just to keep things interesting. They understand that in long-term relationships, love must be nurtured, not just assumed. But their commitment to romance also comes with a dark edge. They can grow resentful if their efforts aren't reciprocated. If they feel they're carrying all the emotional weight or initiating all the intimacy, their playfulness may sour into sarcasm or emotional withdrawal. They need to feel that the romantic fire is a mutual flame, not a solo performance. Now, let's talk about the tightrope they walk, the balance between honesty and secrecy. The Libra side yearns for transparency, fairness, and emotional clarity. The monkey side, let's just say, it likes having a few cards tucked up its sleeve. In marriage, this can become a source of real tension. They are not necessarily deceitful, but they are selective with the truth, especially if they think it will avoid conflict or preserve their image. They may keep certain feelings, doubts, or even flirtations hidden, not out of malice, but because confrontation exhausts them. But here's the raw truth. For a Libra monkey marriage to last, transparency must evolve from being a chore to being a choice. The moment they learn that vulnerability is strength, and that honesty, even when messy, deepens love, they start building a bond that can outlast any challenge. Their long-term happiness depends on replacing charm with truth, cleverness with clarity, and habit with heartfelt commitment. A marriage with a Libra monkey isn't easy. It demands patience, growth, and a partner who's as much a mirror as a muse. But it is deeply rewarding. When this personality feels truly met, emotionally, intellectually, and energetically, they become incredibly nurturing, fiercely loyal, and endlessly surprising. Marriage isn't a cage for them. It's a stage, a home, a living sculpture of two lives shaped into something more. And if you're the one they've chosen to build it with, you'll never feel unloved. Just be ready to keep up. Sex. The flirt, the fantasist, the firecracker. Sex, for the Libra monkey, is much more than a physical act. It's an artistic expression, a cerebral playground, and a deeply emotional exchange. They don't just want to have sex, they want to create an experience. Each moment between the sheets, or wherever the mood strikes, is treated like an unfolding story, part mystery, part seduction, part personal performance. They are sensualists by nature, thanks to Libra's Venusian influence, and they take genuine delight in beauty, touch, and elegance. But with the monkey's unpredictable spirit layered in, their erotic style takes on a bold, unexpected twist. One minute they're whispering sweet nothings in a candlelit room. The next, they're daring you to skinny dip in the neighbor's pool. This mix of grace and daring makes them unforgettable lovers. People remember their kisses and their boldness. They approach sex like a dance, and they expect their partner to match their rhythm, intensity, and curiosity. Mental stimulation is just as important as physical foreplay, if not more. Whispering a clever compliment, teasing their intellect, or making them laugh just before a kiss will unlock their desire faster than any cliché move. Their arousal begins in the mind. Talk to them about your wildest dream, your weirdest fantasy, your deepest craving, and watch their eyes light up. They crave lovers who bring both emotional depth and imaginative flair. Traditional, paint-by-numbers bedroom activity? They'll be respectful, but probably daydreaming about something more interesting. Their libido is fed by surprise, novelty, and emotional engagement. They're more likely to be turned on by an unexpected shift in energy than a predictable, rehearsed seduction. And make no mistake, they listen. Not just with their ears, but with their intuition. A Libra monkey in bed is tuned in, picking up on your breaths, your silences, the subtleties of how your body reacts. They're observers, always reading between the lines, always looking to anticipate needs. Are you holding back? They'll notice. Are you on edge, or overthinking? They'll find a way to ease your mind. This makes them shockingly empathetic lovers, even when their playful nature masks their emotional depth. They want their partner to feel safe enough to explore, express, and be fully present. They view physical intimacy as a mirror of emotional connection. If the vibe feels off, even the most technically perfect act won't satisfy them. That's why sex with them often involves candles, music, eye contact, whispered affirmations. It's about mood, feeling, and energy flow. But beneath all the magic, there's a very real vulnerability: boredom. The dark side of their sexual world is their low tolerance for sameness. Routine kills their desire quicker than rejection. If things get too mechanical or too expected, they'll start emotionally disengaging, even if they go through the motions to avoid conflict. They don't necessarily crave multiple partners, they crave multiple expressions. They want to be the romantic lover, the wild seducer, the soft nurturer, the provocative tease, all in one relationship. They long for a safe space where they can reinvent themselves sexually without judgment. Role play? They're in. Costume themes? Let's go. Intimate conversations during or after? Absolutely. They're seekers, always chasing a new level of pleasure or meaning. If their partner isn't willing to explore, experiment, or evolve with them, they might begin to feel emotionally and physically confined. And yet, their sexual energy is never just about carnal pleasure. It's deeply tethered to their emotional environment. If they feel cherished, respected, and genuinely adored, their sensuality blossoms. They become warm, generous, endlessly giving. But the moment they feel dismissed, ignored, or emotionally taken for granted, their desire fades like mist. They may still perform, still smile, still touch, but the spark is gone. Their body can't lie, even if their words try to keep the peace. What ignites their passion more than anything? Being made to feel chosen, desired, and celebrated. A compliment at just the right time, a gaze that lingers a second longer than necessary, a partner who knows their moods and responds with tenderness. That's the key to unlocking their deepest desires. To be a true match for the Libra monkey in bed is to be present, curious, and ever-evolving. They want a lover who isn't afraid to play, but also isn't afraid to be vulnerable. Someone who doesn't just crave their body, but who meets their energy with equal parts imagination and empathy. With the right partner, their sex life becomes not just satisfying, but transformational. It becomes a space where love, laughter, and fantasy collide. Where they can be wild, weird, and wildly themselves. Where the line between sex and soul disappears. And if you're lucky enough to experience that side of them, you'll never look at intimacy the same way again. Friendship, the magnetic social butterfly. Friendship with a Libra monkey is like stepping into a world of curated chaos, beautiful, buzzing, and always unforgettable. These individuals are natural connectors, the people who somehow know everyone from the gallery owner downtown to the barista who plays indie guitar on weekends. Their social lives are kaleidoscopic, full of spontaneous meetups, deep late-night conversations, and bursts of hilarity that seem scripted for a sitcom. They don't just hang out, they host experiences. Whether it's a last-minute road trip, an impromptu rooftop dinner, or a bad movie marathon with good wine night, being around them makes ordinary life feel charged with electricity. Their charm is magnetic. People are drawn to their brightness, their humor, their curious mind. They don't try to be the life of the party, they are the reason it feels alive. What makes them truly special as friends, though, is their ability to see people. Not just see, but understand. Libra's intuitive diplomacy meets monkey's sharp perception to create a friend who knows when to joke, when to listen, and when to show up with your favorite comfort food without being asked. They're the kind of person who remembers the little things, the name of your childhood dog, your favorite tea, that one band you loved in high school. They use those memories to show love, through surprise gifts, perfectly timed memes, or texts that somehow say exactly what you needed to hear. In group dynamics, they play the role of harmonizer and entertainer. They can break tension with humor, steer conversations with grace, and make strangers feel like old friends in a matter of minutes. Friendship to them is a living art, constantly shaped by emotion, energy, and thoughtful connection. Despite their vast social orbit, Libra monkeys are surprisingly selective about who gets past the velvet rope into their private emotional world. They may seem open and friendly to everyone, but their inner circle is tightly curated. They're not the type to let people in easily, they observe, test, and wait. Their true friends are chosen not for popularity or convenience, but for emotional resonance and trustworthiness. Once you're in, though, you're in. They will champion you, defend you, celebrate you, and stay up all night talking you through heartbreaks or dreams. Their loyalty is fierce, but not blind. It must be mutual, it must be consistent, and it must be real. Flakiness or selfishness will quietly nudge you out of their orbit. Authenticity is the currency they value most. As friends, they wear many hats. The comedian who can turn disaster into a punchline, the sage who drops advice that hits like ancient wisdom, the storyteller who makes your Tuesday sound like a Broadway plot. Their natural charisma and expressive flair make time spent with them feel cinematic. They exaggerate sometimes, not to deceive, but to delight. They believe that stories are meant to be lived and shared with flair. But they're not just party planners and jesters, they're also incredible listeners. They'll give you space to vent, reflect back your truths without judgment, and help you see the beauty in your own mess. They're the friend who'll tell you the hard truth, but wrap it in velvet and humor so it doesn't sting. And when you win in life, they'll cheer the loudest, not because they need credit, but because your joy genuinely excites them. However, friendship with them isn't without rules, silent and spoken but firm. Their shadow side in friendship is subtle but powerful. Betray their trust, mock their vulnerability, or take them for granted, and you won't get a dramatic confrontation. You'll get silence, disconnection, a slow fade that becomes permanent. Libra monkeys don't explode, they evaporate. Their grace allows them to leave relationships with minimal noise but maximum finality. You might find yourself wondering why they stopped calling, why the texts became less frequent, why you're no longer invited to things. The answer is simple: they no longer feel emotionally safe with you. They won't demand apologies or air grievances publicly. They'll just move on, emotionally and energetically, preserving their dignity and peace. It's not spite, it's self-protection. To keep a Libra monkey in your life as a friend is to value them as the treasure they are: vibrant, wise, hilarious, and deeply devoted. You must meet them with emotional honesty, intellectual playfulness, and a willingness to grow together. They don't need constant attention or lavish praise, but they do need authenticity, curiosity, and the occasional reminder that they matter just as much when the party's over. Friendship with them is a gift, an adventure, and sometimes, a mirror. They reflect back not just who you are, but who you could be. And that's what makes them unforgettable. Business, the charismatic strategist. In the world of business, the Libra monkey is a captivating force of nature, a hybrid of poise and power, diplomacy and disruption. Where others see obstacles, they see angles. Where most follow structure, they rewrite the rules. This combination thrives at the intersection of charm and calculation. Libra contributes a polished, diplomatic elegance, allowing them to win over clients, soothe tensions, and effortlessly network their way into closed rooms. Monkey, on the other hand, brings daring creativity and relentless curiosity. This is the personality that spots opportunity where others only see routine, then repackages it with style and sells it for twice the price. Together, Libra and monkey form a professional identity that's equal parts tactician, performer, and visionary. They don't just do business, they design it, sell it, and elevate it into an experience. Their sweet spot? Any field where human psychology, creativity, and influence collide. Marketing, branding, negotiation, media, public relations, tech innovation, fashion, and leadership consulting are all natural habitats. The Libra monkey isn't just comfortable in front of a crowd, they thrive there. Presentations become performances, pitches become seductions, and meetings often feel like scenes from a well-directed film. They're natural storytellers, weaving data into narrative, strategy into charm. Even in the toughest boardroom standoffs, they rarely lose their cool. Instead, they read the emotional climate like a seasoned diplomat and pivot the conversation until everyone thinks the decision was their own idea. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, they're fearless. They love starting new ventures, launching fresh ideas, building teams, and creating systems that feel both innovative and beautiful. Their adaptability is one of their greatest strengths. Need someone to smooth over a tense client relationship with disarming charm? They're on it. Need a creative solution to outsmart a competitor who's playing dirty? No problem. Need a team leader who can balance a room full of egos while still delivering results? That's their sweet spot. They pivot with grace, reading energy and responding intuitively. Monkey energy gives them lightning-fast reflexes in changing environments, while Libra provides a compass that helps them maintain poise under pressure. They can lead and follow with equal ease, often switching roles mid-project depending on what the moment requires. This makes them an asset in any collaborative space, and a standout in chaotic ones. They're the calm in the storm, the voice of reason in a brainstorm, and the spark that turns ideas into action. But this brilliance comes with challenges, chief among them is follow-through. The monkey's impulsive nature means they often chase the thrill of the new, abandoning projects as soon as the excitement wears off. They may start 3 companies, write half a business plan, and design 10 logos, without fully finishing one. Meanwhile, Libra's deep fear of conflict or disappointment can lead to indecision paralysis. Trying to keep everyone happy, they can stall on making hard calls, overanalyze minor details, or delay progress by endlessly weighing pros and cons. These habits can slow down momentum, frustrate collaborators, and undercut their own credibility. The solution lies in discipline and self-trust. When they learn to identify which ideas are worth completing, and build systems of accountability, they become unstoppable. Once focused, their brilliance shifts from scattered to surgical. To truly thrive in their professional life, the Libra monkey needs an environment that offers both freedom and inspiration. They're allergic to micromanagement and soul-crushing routine. Box them into a rigid job description, and they'll be mentally checked out before lunch. They need beauty in their workspace, creativity in their schedule, and purpose in their work. If they feel uninspired, they'll disengage, or worse, self-sabotage with drama or distraction. But give them autonomy, trust, and a vision they can believe in, and you'll unlock their full potential. They'll work tirelessly, charm clients effortlessly, and generate ideas that shift paradigms. They thrive when given both room to breathe and room to lead, when they're treated not just as workers, but as partners in innovation. In the end, the Libra monkey in business isn't just trying to succeed, they're trying to transform. Every deal is an opportunity to enchant, every project a canvas to reinvent, every meeting a moment to connect and influence. They want impact, they want brilliance, and they want to leave their signature on everything they touch. Give them space to shine, and they won't just hit goals, they'll change the game. Dark sides, the mask behind the smile. Behind the dazzling charm and effortless charisma of the Libra monkey lies a more complicated truth, a hidden terrain of internal tension, emotional shapeshifting, and unspoken fears. These individuals are masters of presentation. They instinctively know how to smile through discomfort, laugh through anxiety, and flatter their way out of even the stickiest situations. Their natural inclination to keep the peace and entertain others makes them beloved in many circles, but it also creates a dangerous dissonance within. They're so accustomed to being on, so wired to maintain harmony and sparkle, that they often suppress their own needs, frustrations, and darker emotions. They'll internalize anger, mask disappointment, and dodge vulnerability in favor of keeping everyone else comfortable. But emotions don't vanish, they build. And when the internal tension becomes unbearable, it's not unusual for them to suddenly erupt in unexpected anger or completely vanish from a relationship or environment without warning. What looks like composure on the surface is often a mask stretched over a growing inner storm. One of the most deceptive aspects of their shadow is their ability to manipulate social dynamics, not out of cruelty, but as a survival tactic. They've been social chameleons since childhood, learning quickly how to say the right thing, shift the energy of a room, or win someone over with just the right balance of vulnerability and humor. They know which version of themselves people want, and they can become it in seconds. While this skill can be an asset in business or diplomacy, it can become deeply toxic in personal relationships. They may tell white lies to avoid confrontation, subtly redirect blame, or withhold crucial information because they didn't want to upset anyone. Over time, these behaviors can evolve into patterns of emotional dishonesty. Not because they're inherently deceitful, but because they fear rejection or disapproval more than they fear the long-term damage of avoidance. They manipulate not to control, but to protect their carefully crafted image and emotional safety. Jealousy is another shadowy current running through their inner world. On the surface, Libra monkeys seem self-assured, gracious, even selfless. But underneath that polished exterior is a fierce desire for recognition and admiration. They need to be seen, not just as capable, but as exceptional. When someone else receives praise they feel they deserve, especially in love or professional settings, they may smile and nod, while quietly fuming inside. This envy doesn't usually manifest in obvious ways. Instead, it comes out in subtle sabotage, delayed responses, passive-aggressive jokes, or sudden withdrawal of support. If someone threatens their spotlight or status, the Libra monkey might find a way to undercut them socially, all while appearing perfectly composed. They may even convince themselves it's justified. After all, aren't they the ones who've worked harder, sacrificed more, or been more loyal? This inner competition can lead to fractured relationships and a growing sense of isolation, especially when they can't admit their own envy, even to themselves. Consistency is perhaps their most persistent struggle. While they are overflowing with ideas, energy, and enthusiasm, the follow-through often gets lost in the shuffle. The monkey side chases novelty like a moth to flame, constantly leaping from one exciting project to another. The Libra side, caught in a loop of indecision and overthinking, may hesitate at crucial moments, paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong choice. Together, these traits create a pattern of brilliant beginnings and scattered, unfinished endings. They're notorious for showing up late, changing plans last minute, or losing momentum on projects that once lit them on fire. This inconsistency can make them seem unreliable to others, even when their intentions are pure. And it often feeds into their internal guilt, because they do care deeply. But their nature pulls them in so many directions at once that commitment, discipline, and routine feel like cages. Until they actively build systems of accountability and learn to tame their own restlessness, this cycle repeats, leaving behind unfinished work, missed opportunities, and self-doubt. At the heart of all these shadows is not malice, it's fear. Fear of being exposed, fear of being average, fear of being misunderstood or unloved once the glitter fades. The Libra monkey, for all their sparkle, carries a deep insecurity that without their performance, their charm, their constant effort to please and entertain, they may not be enough. And so they mask, they bend, they dodge and dance. But here's the truth they must eventually confront: they are not loved because of the performance. They are loved in spite of it. When they finally remove the mask, when they allow their flaws to breathe, their mistakes to surface, and their truth to be heard, they unlock a new kind of power. Vulnerability doesn't weaken them, it anchors them. It gives depth to their brilliance, gravity to their charm, and authenticity to their connection with others. When the Libra monkey makes peace with their shadow, when they stop running from the parts of themselves that feel too much or not enough, they become a force of extraordinary influence. A person who can not only inspire and entertain, but also heal, lead, and build lasting, soulful relationships. Their true power isn't in the mask, it's in what lies beneath it. Life goals, balance, brilliance, and big dreams. The Libra monkey was not born to live quietly. They are here to master the dance between chaos and order, movement and stillness, ambition and serenity. At their core, they are visionaries who crave a life that feels as beautiful as it is meaningful. Their ultimate life goal is deceptively simple but incredibly difficult: to express the fullness of who they are without losing their center. For them, self-expression isn't optional, it's survival. Whether it's through art, performance, writing, leadership, or innovation, they need to pour their ideas, personality, and imagination into the world like oxygen. But doing so without tipping into burnout, distraction, or disconnection requires enormous self-awareness. Their journey is about learning when to push forward and when to pause, when to leap, and when to breathe. Their growth begins the moment they realize they don't need to do everything to be enough, they just need to do what aligns with their truth. They dream big, but not just for the sake of ego. Yes, recognition matters to them, deeply, but more than applause, they yearn for acknowledgement of their essence. They want to be seen for their brilliance, yes, but also for their heart, their vision, and their sincerity. They want to walk into a room and be respected not just because they're impressive, but because they're real. Whether they pursue art, politics, business, social impact, or spirituality, one theme stays consistent: they cannot tolerate mediocrity. The idea of a life half-lived is worse than failure. They would rather crash spectacularly chasing their dreams than succeed at something that doesn't feed their soul. Their life path is about creating something that endures, something that resonates, shifts culture, challenges minds, or opens hearts. They don't just want a career, they want a legacy. And yet, that dream is never one-dimensional. The Libra monkey is constantly navigating between extremes, between their love for freedom and their need for connection, their passion for creativity and their craving for structure. They want relationships, but not routines. They want purpose, but not pressure. They want to express themselves fully, but without alienating others or burning out. This is their sacred balancing act. 1 minute, they're consumed with the desire to wander the world alone, creating, reflecting, exploring. The next, they long for intimacy, for grounding, for a shared mission with someone who gets them. The key to their fulfillment lies in learning how to weave these conflicting desires into a cohesive lifestyle, one where their spontaneity doesn't destroy their stability, and their stability doesn't dull their fire. This is where their real magic is born, in the ability to live paradoxically and still feel whole. But to achieve this, they must confront one of their greatest internal challenges: restlessness. The monkey side of their personality is a trickster spirit, always leaping ahead, chasing the next idea, the next thrill, the next burst of validation. Meanwhile, the Libra side is easily distracted by the desire to please, to perfect, to avoid rocking the boat. This combination can leave them scattered, emotionally exhausted, and chasing dreams that belong more to others' expectations than their own inner compass. To grow, they need grounding rituals, practices that bring them back to themselves. Journaling, meditation, creative solitude, or even therapy can become lifelines for emotional clarity. Equally important is their tribe, people who challenge their thinking, hold them accountable, and reflect their truth back to them without trying to control them. With the right environment, they begin to replace their addictive chase for approval with a deeper, steadier kind of confidence. And when they find that deeper current of purpose, when they align their talents with a cause, a craft, or a mission that speaks to their soul, they become truly magnetic. They no longer need to demand attention, their energy draws people in effortlessly. They speak with conviction, they lead with authenticity, and they inspire others not because they chase power, but because they embody clarity. Their creativity becomes focused, their charisma becomes purposeful, their ambition becomes soulful. People naturally want to follow them, not because they're loud, but because they resonate. They become the kind of leader who lifts others as they rise. The kind of artist who transforms audiences. The kind of thinker who doesn't just provoke, but awakens. At this stage, they're not just successful, they're legendary, and they didn't get there by following a map, they built their own. One wild, beautiful, balanced step at a time. So if you've got a Libra monkey in your life, or if you are one, know this: you are not here to live a normal life. You are here to live an extraordinary one. Just remember to bring your heart along for the ride. You weren't built for average. Nothing about you is ordinary, not your mind, not your spirit, not the way you light up a room or stir the world around you. You're here to color outside the lines, to question what everyone else accepts, and to turn life into something more vivid, more intentional, more electric. As a Libra monkey, you carry the creative ambition of a visionary and the soulful depth of a poet, all wrapped in a smile that can calm storms or stir revolutions. You were not designed to merely survive, you were born to thrive, to inspire, and to transform. Your life is your canvas, your stage, your playground, and if you live it fully, you'll not only find joy, you'll leave a mark that echoes long after you've exited the scene. And yet, the brilliance you possess is a double-edged sword. With so many talents, so many ideas, so many possibilities, it can be easy to chase everything and complete nothing. But the real magic happens when you slow down just enough to listen to your own inner voice. Not the applause, not the pressure. You don't need to prove anything. Your worth doesn't live in the hustle, it lives in the how. How you love, how you create, how you show up, over and over again, in your most authentic form. When you lead with heart instead of performance, when you trade perfection for presence, you unlock the version of yourself that people don't just admire, they trust, they follow, they remember. So if you're walking through life feeling too much, too restless, too emotional, too complicated, good. That's exactly who you're supposed to be. You're not here to live someone else's dream. You're here to carve your own wild, passionate, deeply human path. Embrace your contradictions. Celebrate your unpredictability. Honor the parts of yourself that feel like too much for the world, because those are the parts that will light your fire, and someone else's too. Let your mess be meaningful. Let your voice be heard, not just in words, but in the way you love, the way you build, the way you bring beauty into even the smallest corners of life. If you love a Libra monkey, hold them with an open hand. Give them space to explore, but let them know you're still there when they circle back. Don't try to box them in or slow them down, just remind them that they're safe. That they're enough, that even their wildest dreams are allowed to exist in this world. And when they feel that freedom with you, they'll give you loyalty, magic, and love in ways you never knew existed. They'll build with you, create with you, grow with you, and maybe, if you're lucky, they'll let you ride shotgun on the beautiful chaos of their journey. Like what you read? Be sure to like, subscribe, and check out the rest of the channel for more Zodiac deep dives, personality profiles, and real-world wisdom. Drop a comment. Are you a Libra monkey or do you know one? What did we miss? Also, don't forget to follow us on socials, links in the description, and share this with a friend who needs to see it. See you in the next one.